During the summer, you've probably noticed that spending more time under the sun makes your hair look lighter, while your skin gets noticeably darker. Many people even treat tanning as a seasonal habit. But why do these two parts of the body react in such opposite ways? The explanation is actually straightforward. Hair is made of dead keratinized tissue, but skin is a living organ capable of responding to environmental changes. This difference determines how each reacts to sunlight. Yet in both cases, the key player is the same pigment, melanin. Throughout human history, skin color has unfortunately been used as a basis for discrimination. But when you understand what determines skin tone, it becomes clear how meaningless these prejudices are. Skin color is simply the result of how much melanin your body produces. More melanin means a darker complexion. Less melanin means a lighter one. It has nothing to do with intelligence or physical ability. It's just a variation in pigment levels. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun carries enough energy to break down melanin molecules. When melanin in the hair is degraded, its concentration decreases, making the hair appear lighter. That's why hair gradually bleaches under strong sunlight. Skin, however, responds differently because it is alive. Melanocyte cells detect the reduction in melanin caused by UV exposure and immediately activate melanogenesis, the process that boosts melanin production. As a protective reaction, they tend to produce more pigment than before, which darkens the skin, the effect we call tanning. You may also have noticed that your hair becomes stickier and tangles more easily in the summer. Sweat and natural oils contribute to this. There's also a chemical factor. Hair contains compounds known as thiols. When UVA and UVB rays interact with these thiols, they convert them into sulfonic acids. Thiols help hair strands glide smoothly across each other, but sulfonic acids do not, making tangling more likely. Once sulfonic acids have formed, they're nearly impossible to reverse. That's why conditioners are effective only when applied before sun exposure. They don't remove the acid, they coat the thiols and shield them from UV light, preventing the chemical change from happening in the first place. Sunscreens work in a similar way. By absorbing or blocking UV radiation before it reaches the skin, they prevent melanin from being broken down. Since melanocytes no longer detect a drop in melanin, they don't trigger excessive production, and the skin doesn't darken or burn. This entire process highlights an important evolutionary distinction: modification versus adaptation. Tanning is temporary because it doesn't alter the genes. It's simply a short-term physical response to environmental conditions. That's a modification. But if a trait consistently improved survival under intense sunlight, the genes that produce that trait would become more common in future generations. That long-term genetic shift is what we call an adaptation, a true evolutionary change. Lightened hair won't return to its original color until new strands grow in, which is why trimming can help. Skin, however, gradually fades back to its usual tone once UV exposure decreases. Melanogenesis slows down. Melanin breaks down naturally over time, and the skin returns to its baseline color. Understanding how these mechanisms work can help you take better care of your skin and hair during the summer. Hopefully, this explanation gives you a clearer idea of what's happening when you spend time under the sun.